Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my historical challenge using the Tampa Bay Lightning. Alright folks, so we are 4 points back on a playoff spot, so that puts me into a little bit of a delicate situation. I'm a little bit wary to trade away pieces that are useful to me right now because we still have a shot at the playoffs. It won't be easy for sure, but we're still in it. But at the same time, I need to think about the future here. Even if I make the playoffs right now, I'm probably not going to get past the first round. I just don't have the team for that. So, I'm kind of going to go with the statu quo right now. I'm not going to be selling players just yet. Although I did put a whole bunch of players that I am not intending on bringing back on the trading block, see if maybe somebody's gonna bite and offer me something decent. More than likely not, but you never know. You never know if a team is going to overvalue one of my players or something like that and offer me something decent. So that's been put in place. I did not make any trade offers right now. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the statu quo here until I figure out where we're going to be standing. So the trading deadline is on the 21st of March, which is going to be right after that Washington game over there. At that point, I'm gonna check where we're at in the standings. If we are within 1 or 2 points of a playoff spot, I think I might try to make a big move. Well, quote unquote big move to try to get us some help and get over the hump. If not, if we're more than 2 points away from the playoffs at that point, it might be a little bit too hard to climb back. So at that point, I'm going to probably try to sell players like Rob Ramage and a couple others that are on expiring contracts and I am not expecting to bring back. So that's pretty much where we are standing right now. If I make a move, it's going to be probably to, I'm probably going to try to get a player that's still youngish and has a chance to help us, kind of like German Titov, but better. By that I mean, about the same age range as German Titov. He's like, 27, I think. So, getting a guy that's 27... that would be like 2.5 stars or 3 stars would really help the team for at least a few years. But anyway, so with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get started here. Now, one thing that's going to hurt us for that playoff push, if there's one, is that our best player is hurt for a couple weeks. So we're going to need to do that without Brian Bradley. He got hurt in that 2D game that I did at the end of the last video. So to take his spot in the lineup, I've put Bobby Ulick as the first line center right now. So Ulick is going to be centering the first line. Hopefully he can do okay. He's a 2-star player right now. I mean, it's not, superstar talent, but it'll have to do. That's pretty much the best I have at the moment. But anyway, so I've put Jeff Hackett back in net. Now remember, Jeff Hackett is my starter now. I'm not really alternating. Just gonna play Billington in 2 games in 2 nights situations. And our first opponent is we are going to be playing in Washington right today. So Washington is 28-7. That's good for 6th in the East. We are 1-2 against the Capitals this season. A win here would be pretty good for us, especially after losing our captain and best player, Brian Bradley. So you can see the lines that I have decided on. I flip-flop Bill Guerin and John Tucker mostly because I kind of wanted like a playmaker type of player on each line for those 2 lines here. So we'll see how that goes. So Jeff Hackett in net for us. Maxim Mikhailovsky in net for the Washington Capitals. Alright, go Lightning, go. We need some wins here. Ho! And we start with a bang. Brian Bradley. Ooh, what? We won 9-2, our first game of the month. Awesome road game here. And we were outshot 35-32, so a really good game here. Sean Chambers was the hero of that game. He had 4 goals and 2 assists, and was the first star. Kevin Lowe was the second star with 2 assists, and Bobby Elick did pretty good, centering the first line with a goal and 2 assists, and the third star. So we took a 3-0 lead here into the first period. Sean Chambers opened up the scoring on the power play from Bobby Elick, and then German Titov scored from Bill Guerin and Dana Merzen, and then Rob Zamuner from John Tucker and Doug Crossman. It was 3-0 Tampa Bay here after 1. Then in the second period, Washington scored, made it 3-1, and then we scored 3 more goals. Rob DiMaio scored from Kevin Lowe and Sean Chambers. Then Sean Chambers scored his 10th from Kevin Lowe and Brent Gretzky. And then Bobby Elick from Mikael Anderson. It was 6-1 Tampa Bay after 2. And then in the third period, Sean Chambers scored again from Mikael Anderson and Bobby Elick, made it 7-1. Then the Capitals scored, made it 7-2. And we had 2 more goals in the tank. John Tucker from Sean Chambers and Rob Zamuner. And then Sean Chambers again, short-handed from Dana Merzen and Boris Mironov. 9-2 trouncing of the Capitals here. That was awesome. Yeah, there was no stopping Sean Chambers. Tell me about it. 4 goals and 2 assists. That's pretty good for a defenseman in any era, really. So, really good game. Chris Dahlquist is back from suspension in Calgary. So, back in the lineup over there. Takashi Okubo is concerned. We went 5-8-1 last month. Yeah, we had a little bit of a down month last month. And then Mike Richter signs an extension with the Rangers. 4 years. Alright, so Mike Richter is going to be with the Rangers for 4 more years. They don't say for how much he signed. Keep in mind it's in 1994, so for Mike Richter it's probably going to be close to $1 million, in that neighborhood. Alright, so we're going to sim one more day here, sorry. Paul Coffey has tallied 1,000 games in his career. Didn't get a point to celebrate, and it happened against the Hartford Whalers. Paul Coffey is 32 and still a 5-star player. Jeff Courtnall has produced 600 points in his career. Got a goal against the Quebec Nordiques, and he is 31 and still a 3.5-star player. Those guys are getting acclimated. Alright, so now we are hosting the New Jersey Devils. The Devils are 31-27-5. That's good for 5th in the East. However, we are 0-3 against the Devils this season, so we have not been doing very good. They have a couple of our former players in Wendell Young and Roman Amerlik, and they've been kind of playing pretty good against us. So let's go ahead and sim that. Hopefully the comfort of home is going to bring us our first win of the season against New Jersey. Alright, so Wendell Young is still going to try to beat us. We're going to go with Jeff Hackett. Alright, come on, Lightning. We have another win in store, I'm sure. Yes, we won 3-1. I might need to be making a trade after all. Let's not get carried away here. Let's play one game at a time. Alright, so we were badly outshot. Pretty bad. 39-20. Sean Chambers, yet again, was the first star of the game with 2 assists. Troy Mallette for New Jersey was the second star with an assist. And Jeff Hackett, a third star with 38 saves. And we had 12,607 people in attendance for this game. Mikael Anderson was the first one to score a goal in the first period from Boris Mironov and Mark Bergevin. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay at that point. But then the Devils tied the game. And then before the end of the period, Bobby Alec scored on the power play from Sean Chambers and Mikael Anderson. And it was a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead after one. Nobody scored in the second period, and then in the third period, German Titov continued to play decently for the Lightning since we acquired him. And it was from Sean Chambers. It was late in the third, gave us a 2-goal lead, and that was enough to win this game. Forgot to check who was in net. Oh no, I didn't. It was Wendell Young. That's true. I already forgot. Goldfish memory. That's not true. I usually have a pretty good memory, but for some reason that slipped my mind. Right, John Tucker improves at right wing. Cool deal. Right, and then we have a couple of days off before we go ahead and host the Hartford Waivers. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt Boston, which is good news for us. They're the team we're trying to catch. So Ray Bourque is hurt for 6 weeks with a strained posterior cruciate ligament, so a strained PCL. That happened against the Kings. So Ray Bourque out for 6 weeks, so that's pretty much the remainder of the regular season. So if the Bruins make the playoffs, he should be back in the playoffs. And then Brian Marchment is back from suspension in Chicago, back in the lineup. Alright, so yeah, that injury to Boston kinds of help us here. Trevor Linden is suspended in Vancouver. Isn't it the second time that he is suspended? He's going to miss 8 games. Wow. That sucks for Vancouver. Alright, so we have 2 games in 2 nights. Sorry, my throat is a little... not hoarse, it's a little, well, it's bugging me, it's really cold out and whatnot, so if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that it tends to affect my throat and lungs a little bit. All the kind of fun stuff that happens as you grow older in life. Alright, so Hartford is in town today. Hartford is 28, 31, and 6. That's good for 7th in the East. We are 1-0 against the Hartford Whalers this season. So another win here would be pretty sweet. Alright, so Sean Burke is going to be in net for the Whalers. We are going to go with Jeff Hackett. Why not? He's playing pretty good lately. And can we beat the Whalers? We did beat them 3-0 earlier this season. We lost that one 4-2. Cannot win them all. We did outshoot them to 35-29. Doug Huda was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Rob Zamuner was the second star with 2 assists. And Murray Craven was the third star with 3 assists. We had 13,106 people in attendance for this game. So the 4-2 loss, nobody scored in the first period. Then in the second, the Waiters took a 2-0 lead. And then in the third period, they took a 4-0 lead. Yeah, it took us too long to wake up here. Then Adam Creighton scored on the power play from Bill Guerin and Rob Zamuner. And then Adam Creighton on the power play again from Rob Zamuner and Bill Guerin. And it was a 4-2 loss here. That one might hurt a little bit. Uh-oh, German Titov is injured. Let's advance one more day and then see what's going on with that. Oh, 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, we're going to need to take care of that. Thomas Kapusta, not picking you up. League says no suspension for Adam Burt. Oh, God. Are you the one that hurt German Titov? And you're not suspended? I'm going for your neck in the next game. Yeah. And that's the news about German Titov. What does he have? A pinched nerve in his neck. Oh, yeah, I'm going for his neck. You went for his neck, I'm going for your neck. Neck for neck. Okay, so we have to take care of that here, so we're gonna go ahead and send Titov to the injured reserve. And I am going to recall somebody. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of, you know, raw talent rotting in the minors or anything like that. Yeah, I'm gonna recall Jason Lefraniere this time. Okay, now what to do here? Who do I want to bring back? Not bring back, but put back in the lineup. So I have Mark Burrow, Jason Lafreniere, and Mike Hartman that I can put in the lineup. Now Titov is kind of a... I think I'll put Jason Lafreniere in. He's the closest to, you know, German Titov, I guess. Oh god. Alright, so we haven't played you in a while, Jason Lafreniere. So what are you the best at? Is it still playmaker? It is. So playmaker, you remain. Oh my. Alright, so Rob DiMaio, you get here. And I guess I'm going to put Lafreniere on the 4th line. That's going to be 2 playmakers together, but whatever. That will have to do. Oh my. Alright, power play. So I didn't have German Titov on the power play, but I think he was, yeah, he was killing penalties a little bit. So let's see, Alec Anderson. Oh my, who do I want to put there? I guess Peltonen. Okay. Alright, we're good. Oops. Except for one thing. I need to put Billington in. Alright, so Jason Lafreniere draws in. He's going to play a minimal role on the 4th line. I am not expecting him to, you know, win us any games. Now, Brian Bradley and Rob Ramage have moved from 1 to 2 weeks to day, so hopefully they can heal quickly. The 21st is coming pretty quick. So the Flyers are in town, and they are 20, 37, and 8, which is good for dead last in the East. That's not good. We are 2-0-1 against the Flyers this season. Now let's see if we can beat them again with Craig Billington in net. So Dominic Roussel is going to be in net for the Flyers. We are going to go with Craig Billington, and we need a W, which we got. We won 4-3 here against the Flyers. So the Flyers have been struggling overall this season, but they've also been struggling against us. Although they did outshoot us 40-24, so I guess Billington had a pretty decent game there. Danton Cole was the first star of that game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Mark Richey was the second star with 2 assists, and Mikael Anderson was the third star with 2 assists. 10,752 people in attendance for this game. Alright, so the Flyers did open up the scoring into the first period. It was 1-0 for the Flyers at that point. Then we scored 4 goals in the second period. So with the long change, I guess we fared better. So Danton Cole scored from Doug Crossman and Mark Bergevin. Then Danton Cole again. That was his 20th on the power play from Mikael Anderson and Sean Chambers. Then Bill Guerin scored on the power play as well from Jason Allison and Doug Crossman, and then Bobby Alick on the power play as well from Mikael Anderson and Danton Cole. It was 4-1 Tampa Bay. So we made them pay for their undiscipline there. Then the Flyers did come back into the third period. They scored twice and reduced our lead to only 1 goal, but we held on this time. It has not always been the case, but this time it happened. And we won 4-3 here, so another very important 2 points. And Jason Lefraniere improves at right wing. Alright, buddy, good job, good job. Yeah, I already said I'm not getting you. Putting Jeff Hackett back, and now we're going to go play in Hartford against the Waivers, whom we just played. And then it's going to be the Flyers, whom we just played as well. Look at that. Alright, so quick 2-game road trip here. But we have 3 days off, so maybe our injured guys can come back here. Bad news for Chicago. Mike Hudson is hurt. He's going to miss... Oh god, he has a ruptured disc. For 8 months. Oh my god. Yeah, see you next season, Mike Hudson. Ooh, that's gonna hurt the Wings here. Steve Yzerman is hurt for 3 weeks with broken ribs. Fractured ribs. Wow. And then Mike Sullivan is hurt in San Jose. He's going to miss 6 months with a broken kneecap. Wow, that was a lot of injuries. So quite a few injuries here that's going to make the playoffs kind of interesting. Ooh, lots of players here on waivers. We have Colin Patterson, we have Mike Stevens, we have Greg Paslowski, we have Magnus Svensson, and we have Anatoly Fedotov. None of which I'm going to claim here. Suspension for Dave Reed in Boston. Is going to miss 4 games. Good game for Brett O, who had 3 goals and an assist against Toronto. So a hat trick for the Golden Brett. And New York's Berg to take 3 months. Oh wow, so Bill Berg with the Islanders also got hurt. Torn abdominal muscle, out for 3 months. Another injury as well. I'm almost scared to go play a game now. Mark Tinordi got suspended. He's going to miss 4 games. And Brian Leach signed an extension with the Rangers for 6 years. Alright, and that's $7.2 million total. Alright, we are now in Hartford to play against the Waivers. Now the Waivers are now 29, 31, and 6. They are 7th in the East, and they just beat us 4-2. So we are looking to get revenge. Too bad Adam Burt. Oh yeah, no, he didn't get suspended. So Adam Burt is there. So hopefully we injure him to make up for the loss of German Titov. Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Frank Pietrangelo is going to be in net for the Waivers. Now, please keep in mind that in real life, I don't really advocate to go and hurt other, players on teams and everything. This is a game and a simulation, so that doesn't bother me in the game. But I do have a problem with players like actively trying to injure other players in real life. So just keep that in mind. I am not that kind of person. All right, so Waivers beat us 5-0. Not good. They completely outshoot us 46-12. Andrew Castles was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Eric Weinrich was the second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Randy Cunningworth was the third star with an assist. So not a whole lot to talk about here. We didn't show up. that's pretty much what happened. Dave Ellett is back from suspension in Toronto, so back in the lineup there. Rob Ramage is getting better. German Titov resumes skating. He's going to be back in a couple weeks or so. Now we have 3 days off before we play the Flyers in Philadelphia. Jim Rivnak is on waivers. I am not picking him up. No additional missed time for San Jose's Tim Sweeney, not suspended over there. Good night for Ray Ferraro. He had a hat-trick against the Sharks, 3 goals. Brian Bradley is starting to feel better. Rob Ramage is feeling better. And then we have a trade proposal from the Florida Panthers. And they want to send us Luca Rigoni for Pat Jablonski. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not keeping Pat Jablonski or anything, but I mean, look at that guy. I don't think he's going to reach his 1-star potential. Look at that. 8 offense, 9 defense, 8 physical, and 8 mental. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Alright, so a couple more days off here. Vitaly Prokhorov is on waivers. I think I'm going to pick him up. Oh, I can't. I have 50 contracts, don't I? Yep. Alright, well, I think it's time to cut somebody. Alright, who can I get rid of? That sounds very cold. Alright. There you go. So all of a sudden, we have room. Alright. No further discipline for Florida's Dan Quinn, not suspended over there. Brian Bradley is getting better. Rob Ramage as well. And we have a trade proposal from the Detroit Red Wings. Oh, they are offering me Mike Greer for Stéphane Richey, the defenseman. Now, Mike Greer should have a little bit of potential, yeah. Couple stars potential. I'm making that trade for sure. There you go. Alright, so Mike Greer, if he develops, he might end up playing on our 3rd line or something like that. So, see, we made a decent trade here. So Stéphane Richey is going to be has been moved, and we are getting Mike Greer. Now he's going to need to develop a little bit. He's 19, so you know he's not fully developed or anything like that. But that is what I consider to be a decent trade. Now you are going to Atlanta. For now, at least. Alright, we're going to go ahead and continue, and then we're going to go ahead and see if we are the team that managed to get Vitaly Prokhorov. And Jurgis Baka has been put on waivers now by Detroit to make room for the player they just got from us. Alright, let's see what they say. Oh, Stuart Gavin is available. I'm not picking him up. Good night for Pat Falloon. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against the Flames. Bad news for Sabres. Pat LaFontaine is injured for 4 months. Wow, what is it with the rash of injuries across the league right now? That's something. Dave Andreychuk is suspended. He's going to miss 2 games. No missed time for Buffalo's Bill Holder. Alright, so looks like that game turned violent after Pat LaFontaine got hurt. Brett Hull extends his goal streak to 5 games. He had 2 goals and an assist against the Islanders. and we did manage to get Prokhorov. So I am going to send Jason Lefraniere back down. And I'm going to dress Prokhorov. Welcome to the team. And he's dropped to a 1-star already. But that's okay. You're only a stopgap for now. Let's see what you're supposed to be good at. Back checking forward. Is that the best you can do? Yeah, it's either that or up and down winger. You know what? I don't think I have an up and down winger, so you're gonna be that for me. There you go. Oh, I do have an up and down winger. It's Danton Cole. Yeah, but you're gonna be that on the 4th line. And I think I'm gonna put you. I think I like you a little bit more than Peltonen to be put on the penalty kill here. All right, so not a not a pick that's going to change the team all that much, but still. That should help a little bit. I think it makes more sense to have a guy like that on my 4th line than a playmaker. So, I mean, I have Brent Gretzky there by default, but, you know, I had 2 playmakers on the 4th line. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, in 2021, maybe. The concept of 4 lines is very different in 2021 than it was in 1994. So, yeah. Alright, so we are in Philadelphia to play against the Flyers. They are now 21-39-9. They did pass the Florida Panthers now. So remember at the start of the video, the Panthers, the new expansion team, was even like 3rd or 4th at one point. Now they have really fallen. They are dead last here in the East. But the Flyers are 13th, and we are 3-0-1 against them this season. We should have Jeff Hackett in net, and they are going back with Dominic Roussel. So we beat the Flyers with Roussel in net last game. What about now? Ooh, we lost 5-2. I think that our hopes to make the playoffs are slowly fading away. Oh, look at that. We got completely demolished, 56-17 in shots. We need Brian Bradley back. Mikael Renberg was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Rod Brind'Amour was the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Eric Lindros was the 3rd star with 2 assists. Flyers scored first in the first period. Then they scored 3 more goals in the second period. Made it 4-0 at that point. So that game is very similar to that Hartford game we played where we woke up late. Then the Flyers took a 5-0 lead into the 3rd period, and then late, Ville Peltonen scored his 5th from John Tucker and Brent Gretzky, and then John Tucker from Rob Zamioner made it 5-2, but it was too little too late. We were never in that game. Yikes. Kevin Lowe converts to right defense. That's good. Peltonen improves at right wing. That's also good, but what's not good is that we lost. Right, we have a couple days here before we get back home to play against the Calgary Flames. Oh, Brian Bradley and Rob Ramage are both back. Now that's good. Mario Lemieux extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had an assist against the Hartford Waivers. And Bradley is back. Rob Ramage is back. So that's going to take a second here to fix my lineup. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I'll be right back. And we are back. Alright, so 3 more games here to decide our fate. Doesn't look like I'm going to be pushing for the playoffs. I'm 6 points back, and Boston even has a game on, so unless I win those 3 games and they lose their next 3 or something, I don't think I'm going to be pushing, so I might be trying to make some deals, which would be pretty fun. Trading is always fun, especially when you get your team better. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and sim one more day here. Alright, so Igor Boldin is available. I'm not gonna pick him up. I'm at 50 players anyway, but Dave Reed is back from suspension here in Boston. Back in the lineup, and we are going to be playing the Flames. Flames are 38, 29, and 4, so that's a pretty good record. We are 1-0 against Calgary. We did win in Calgary. I believe it was in the last episode. It was 5-2. So we can see Brian Bradley is back, so that's nice. So Chris Terry is going to face his former team here. And we are going to go with Jeff Hackett. Oh, we got shut out by our former teammate. Alright, so we lost 2-0 here. Calgary outshot us 34-29. Chris Terry, first of the game, 29 saves and the shutout. Boris Mironov for us was the second star, of course, not getting any points. And Al McInnes was the third star with a goal. We had 12,656 people in attendance for this game. And really not a whole lot to talk about. Yeah, I think we... Oh, look at that. I got a couple injuries. Brent Gretzky and John Tucker. Alright. Fun. And we play tomorrow. John Tucker is suspended. He's going to miss 2 games. Well, are you hurt or are you suspended? Thomas Sanstrom has recorded 600 points in his career. He had 3 assists against Ottawa. So Thomas Sanstrom is 29 years old and he's a 3.5-star player. Mullen is sidelined with partially torn UCL. 6 months. Joe Mullen is going to be out for the Penguins. So see you next year. Mario Lemieux had a strong game in that same game. He had 4 goals and an assist against the Washington Capitals. And that was 9 straight games with an assist for him. And the trade deadline is nearing, as we know. Okay, Brent Gretzky is day-to-day. I should be able to deal with that internally. And John Tucker is suspended. Alright, so I'm going to scratch you. And I'm going to scratch you. And I'm going to dress you. And Mark Bureau gets to play. Alright, again, we're going to check that the ever so never quite changing tactics. Is it still the best you can do? A 9? Yep. You're staying that. And Mark Bureau is... Yep, I'm going to leave you as a shadow. You're going to focus on countering other teams' good players. All right, we're going to go ahead and move you up here. I'm going to put Mark Bureau here. Peltonen here. And actually, I'm going to... yeah, we're going to keep it like that. Let's do that instead. And then this. Alright, that... Oh no, John Tucker was playing on my power play. Now I have to put somebody else there. Am I playing Adam Creighton at the point? I don't think so. I think I'll just put Boris Mironov. There you go. Showcase your shot, buddy. Alright, And then I might want to put Mark Bureau somewhere here. There you go. Alright. We are ready to play Edmonton. Oh, I have to change goaltenders. Craig Bennington comes in. The Oilers are 28, 37, and 5. And we are... well, we did lose. It shows 0, and 1, but it was a loss, which is just a regular loss in 1994. We lost 3-2 in Edmonton. That was actually the 2D game that we did at the end of the last video. Alright, so Bill Ranford's going to be in net for the Oilers. We are going with Craig Billington. And we won 2-1. 2-1 victory here for the Lightning. We outshot the Oilers 42-26. Mark Bergevin was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Bill Ranford was the second star despite the loss. He had 40 saves. And Esa Tikkanen was the third star with a goal. 12,531 people in attendance for the game. Right, so a bunch of penalties in the first period, but nobody scored. Then all the scoring happened in the second period. Bill Guerin scored on the power play from Bobby Elick, and then Vili Peltonen from Mark Bergevin and Rob DiMaio. It was 2-0 Tampa Bay at that point. Edmonton did score before the end of the second. It was 2-1 Tampa Bay. And we took that into the third period and hold on to the lead, and we won 2-1. Oh, you're put back on waivers again. Look at you. Wayne Gretzky's injured. He is day-to-day with the LA Kings. Good game for Brett Hull. 5 goals and an assist against the Winnipeg Jets. Wow, Brett Hull here with the awesome game. That was 6 straight games with a goal for him. And in that same game, Craig Janney had a goal and 4 assists for a pretty good game as well. And now Guy Carbonneau is going to stay with Montreal. He signed an extension for 3 years. Alright, so we have 3 days off here before the last game here before the trade deadline. And yeah, we're still 6 points back, so that's not going to happen. So we're going to be trading somebody, or hopefully somebodies. Mario Lemieux's streak ended at 9 games. He did get a goal, too, against the Bruins. Prolific passing night for Steve Duchesne with Quebec. He had 4 assists against the Hartford Whalers. And in that same game, Owen Nolan had 3 goals and an assist. Pretty good game for Owen Nolan. I believe his nickname was the Cowboy. Couple more days off here. Alright, Lee Norwood, not picking him up, and Peter Nilsson, not picking him up. Suspension over for Mark Tinordi, back in the lineup here for the Dallas Stars. Grant Ledyard has a memorable game. He had 4 assists against the Islanders. Vladimir Tsiplikov has a great game as well. In that same game, he had 3 goals and an assist. Suspension over for Dave Andreychuk, back in the lineup for the Buffalo Sabres. Greg Gilbert is suspended with the Blackhawks. He's going to miss 6 games. Brett Hull extends his goal streak to 7 games here with a goal against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we have a trade proposal from the Chicago Blackhawks. Do you want to offer me a young player for a player that I am absolutely not keeping? That'd be nice, like the Red Wings did. You are offering me Rob Kahn for Matt Hervey. Alright, so Rob Kahn. Yeah, there's no point in me getting that guy. I'm going to say no, just in case that I get a better offer for Matt Hervey. Alright, so sim one more day. Oh, look at that. The Red Wings are putting Stefan Richey on waivers. Oh, he did get a point with them in the 1 game he played. Then Yevgeny Davidov is on waivers as well. Scott Niedermayer has a good game. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against Boston. Yep, it is a pretty good game. Pavel Bure lights the lamp in LA. He had a hat-trick against the Sharks. Great night for Paul Coffey in that same game. He had 4 assists. Then Brent Gretzky is feeling better. Okay. I need Jeff Hackett back in net. And we are going to host the Washington Capitals. They are 32-32-7, which is good for 7th in the East. And we did open up the video with an awesome 9-2 victory against them in Washington. This time they're going to play on our own ice. And we are 2-2 against them this season here. So we are 8 points away from a playoff spot at this point, so it's not going to happen. So I am going to sim this game, and then I might pause the video because that might take a while to look at different options and everything. So let's go ahead and do this game here. So Maxim Mikhailovsky is in net for Washington. We're going with Jeff Hackett. And we lost 5-2. Alright, so Washington was up top for the shots, 34-22. Daryl Shannon was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Alexander Daigle was the second star with 2 assists. And Francisek Cusero was the third star with an assist. 10,383 people in attendance for this game. Washington scored first in the first period, then we scored twice. Rob Zamuner scored on the power play from Bobby Elick, and then Sean Chambers from Brian Bradley and Danton Cole. We were actually up 2-1 here after 1. But then Washington took the lead in the second period with 2 goals, and then they scored 2 more in the third, and we lost 5-2. Alright, so Jurgis Bacca available again, and then Ray LeBlanc. John Tucker back from suspension. I am going to try and take care of that. Brettel extends his goal streak to 8 games. He had a goal against the Blackhawks. Doug Litster is suspended. He's going to miss 4 games. Memorable night for Ulf Dahlen. He had 4 goals against the Vancouver Canucks in that same game. And Trevor Linden is back from suspension in Vancouver. Now I have a few trade proposals. I need to look at all of them in case they are for the same player. Alright, so the St. Louis Blues are offering me Jason Marshall for Matt Hervey. I doubt that Jason Marshall is going to develop, but you know what? I'm going to maybe make that trade unless the Rangers want Matt Hervey and are offering me better. Oh, the Rangers are offering me the Octopus, Hal Gill, for Rob Robinson. I'm probably going to make that trade too. Wow. Now, I'm not getting any superstars here, but I'm getting depth for my team for the coming years. And Brian Wiseman for Mark Bureau, that I'm not going to do. So I am going to reject that. I'm going to delete this one here. Yeah, I mean, if Jason Marshall develops, he might become a 7th defenseman or something like that. I mean, I'm not losing anything here. So let's go ahead and make that trade. And then I am going to get Al Gill. There you go. Alright, so today's the trade deadline, and I already got Jason Marshall for Matt Hervey, and I got Al Gill for Rob Robinson. There you go. Alright. Oh, and now the Rangers are trying to pass him through waivers. Alright, you can do that if you want. I got, a player. Alright, so Jason Marshall, you are going to Atlanta. And Al Gill, you are going to Atlanta as well. Alright, now that's the part that I'm gonna pause the video for a while. Now for you it's gonna be just a couple seconds. For me it's probably gonna be a little bit here. I'm going to be shopping players around and looking at what's available and everything, so it's probably gonna take a minute, and I will be right back. Alright, so I wasn't able to trade as much as I would have hoped. As it would appear, teams were usually willing to offer me proverbial garbage for some of my players. Actually, I thought that Rob Ramage might get me something, not a superstar or anything. I thought he might get me something for a team that would like to shore up their D a little bit, but nope. I was offered half-star players for him, and probably the most alluring offer was a 7th round draft pick. So I'm keeping him. Now, I did make one trade with the Vancouver Canucks. So John Tucker went to Vancouver, and in return, you can see him here. He had an expiring contract, so I offered him an extension. I got Adrian Aucoin. So Adrian Aucoin in for John Tucker. That's the only trade I managed to make. I think it's a pretty good trade. So now I'm going to have some options on D in the coming years, and you know, some of my current D is just not cutting it anymore. Now, Sean Chambers is having a really good season, and I'm okay with Bergevin as well. Kevin Lowe's coming back for 1 year. I'm good with him for 1 year. And Boris Mironov is, you know, he doesn't have a good plus-minus, but I don't really care about that. So he's still developing and everything. But, you know, I need some other players. So yeah, so I kind of stockpiled on D a little bit, which means that I might be able to go a little bit more aggressively with forwards in the upcoming draft or something. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so that's my trade deadline. I was hoping to sell a little bit more, but there's no market apparently, so whatever. We're going to go ahead and sim, and then we're going to go ahead and play against the Islanders. And Bolden is put on waivers again. The Blues sure like to put him on waivers. So yeah, I had kept that news here. So, you know, Adrian Aucoin comes to Tampa Bay. John Tucker goes to the Canucks. Right, Brent Gretzky ready to return. Yep, that'd be nice. And then he signed his contract. So just, I also want to mention, when I made the trade for Aucoin, he was rated as a 2-star potential, and now that he's in our organization, he shows as a 2.5-star potential. So, hey, who knows? Alright, so we are going to be playing 2 games on the road here. So the first one is going to be against the Islanders in New York. They are 39, 25, and 8. That's good for 3rd in the East. And we are 0-3 against the Islanders this season. So we're going with Jeff Hackett. They are going with Glenn Ely. And we are going to sim this game. And we won 6-3. Wow, pretty good game here. We outshot the Islanders 35-26. Boris Mironov was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Rob Zamuner was the second star with 2 assists. And Bill Guerin was the 3rd star with a goal and an assist. So Doug Crossman scored the first goal of the first period from Rob Zamuner and Bill Guerin. And then the Islanders tied the game. So it was tied at 1 here after 1. Then we scored 3 unanswered goals in the second period. Bill Guerin scored from Boris Mironov. Then Bobby Alick scored his 20th on the power play from Rob Zamuner. And then Danton Cole scored on the power play as well from Brian Bradley. It was 4-1. So quietly here, Bobby Alick with 20 goals this season. That's not too shabby. Then Islanders scored. It was 4-2. We moved to the third period. Rob DiMaio scored his 10th from Jason Allison. Then Jason Allison scored from Adam Creighton. It was 6-2. Late in the third period, the Islanders did score a goal, but it was too little too late. We won that 6-3 fair and square. And Mark Bergevin is hurt. So that's going to require some attention. We'll see. We have a couple days here, so let's see what happens. All right, Brent Gretzky is back. A night to remember for Michel Goulet with the Blackhawks. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Red Wings. And in that same game, Jeremy Roenick had a goal and 4 assists as well. Ray Whitney is sidelined. He has a fractured ankle. He's going to miss 4 months. So season over for Ray Whitney. Strong game for Matt Sundin. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Bruins. Passes on point for Gary Galley, who had 4 assists against the Blues. And in that same game, Brettel extended his goal streak to 9 games with 2 goals and an assist. And Brent Gretzky is back. Right, I'm going to sim one more day here. Doug Waite keeps fans on their feet all night. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Oilers. And German Titov is doing better. He should be back soon. Alright, so Bergeron probably still needs to be scratched. Does it say 1 to 2 weeks? What does it say? He has a stinger. That's vague, unless it means something in English that I'm not really familiar with. Alright, let's dress Dana Merzen for, a few games. Let's put Kevin Lowe there. Let's put Merzen here. Alright, and then it's only for a few games, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Alright, let's put Doug Crossman here, that's fine. And then let's put Kevin Lowe here, that's fine. Alright, and we're ready to play against the Devils in New Jersey. Devils are 35, 33, and 5. And that is good for 5th in the East. We are 1-3 against the Devils this season. As we know, Wendell Young is doing pretty good against us. So Brian Bradley has been pretty quiet since coming back from injury. We have Jeff Hackett in net. Oh, they're going to send Martin Brodeur for that one. They're not going to Wendell Young. And we lost 3-2. We were outshot 30-26 in that game. Stu Grimson was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Rob Ramage was the second star with a goal. And Tommy Albeline was the third star with an assist. So Brian Bradley opened up the scoring in the first period from Sean Chambers and Danton Cole. Then the Devils tied the game, and then we took the lead again. It was Rob Ramage scoring his 5th short-handed from Adam Creighton and Doug Crossman. 2-1 Tampa Bay at that point, but then before the end of the period, New Jersey tied the game, and it was tied at 2 here after 1. And in the second period, New Jersey scored again, and it was a 3-2 game, and it stayed that way. We lost 3-2. Oh, dear God. Alright, another day-to-day injury here. And Vili Peltonen converts to right wing. Good for you. We have 3 days off here before we host the Stars, so maybe Bergeron or Lowe is going to be able to play, and I won't have to recall somebody, maybe. Mario Lemieux lights the lamp. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Ottawa Senators. And German Titov is about to be back. There was no stopping Zino Cicarelli. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Washington Capitals. And Keith Primo in that same game had a strong game. He had 4 assists. And German Titov is almost back. What I need is for Marc Bergevin or Kevin Lowe to be able to play the next game. Oh, I might be able to put Bergevin back in. Suspension for Tommy Albeline with the Devils. He's going to miss 7 games. Marc Bergevin is doing better, and German Titov is back. Alright, so You're getting scratched. You're getting dressed. You're getting scratched. Oh, I forgot to put Brian Gretzky back in. You're getting dressed. And I'm sending you down. And I'm putting you back in the lineup. And I am scratching you. And I am dressing you. Alright, Brent Gretzky can be put back here. Rob Timayo back there. Alright, and then, oh my. There we go. All good here. Penalty killing is gonna need, let's put Titov here. There you go. Right, let's put you here. Alright, that should do it. Whoops. Alright, and we are playing against the Stars now. The Stars are 51, 16, and 7. They are really good. We are 0-1 against them. We lost 5-0 in Dallas earlier this season. Last game before the 2D game, so that's going to be a really long video today. Edward Hartman is in net for Dallas. As we saw, he wins the best goaltender every month or so, and then Jeff Hackett in net for us, and we won 3-2. Oh, look at us. We outshot Dallas 34-32. Mikael Anderson was the first star. He had 2 assists. Ross Courtnall was the second star with 2 goals. And Brian Bradley was the third star with a goal and an assist. We had 12,114 people in attendance for this game. Brian Bradley opened up the scoring in the first period from Mikael Anderson. And then Bobby Alec scored on the power play from Sean Chambers and Bill Guerin. It was 2-0 Tampa Bay after 1. Then in the third period, the Stars actually tied the game, but 11 seconds after they tied the game, Danton Cole scored the game winner from Brian Bradley and Mikael Anderson, and we won this 3-2. Paul Eisenbart keeps fans on their feet all night. He had 3 goals and an assist here against Chicago. Paul Eisenbart extends his assist streak to 8 games by the same token. Craig Janney has a memorable game. He had 4 assists against the San Jose Sharks. And Mike Gartner has racked up 1,200 points in his career with an assist against the Winnipeg Jets. Mike Gartner, 34 years old, still a 3.5-star player. And Marc Bergevin is feeling better. Well, he's already playing, so that's okay. Oh, Ted Sater lost his job in Florida, so he didn't even last their first full season. They got rid of him 24, 42, and 10 for Ted Sater. He's gone. And Barry Trotz is going to get a fresh start here after being sacked by the Bruins earlier. Doug Lidster is back from suspension in Vancouver. Marc Bergevin is doing better. Kevin Lowe is also doing better. And Alexander Daigle got hurt while running. Sore knee day today. Alright, so off-ice injury. One more. There you go. Yeah, I'm not picking up those guys. Paul Eisenbart's streak ended at 8 games. Didn't get a point here against Hartford, and Kevin Lowe's almost back in the lineup, but not just quite. Alright, so this is the 2D game. Yeah, I didn't upgrade the graphical engine while the game was paused earlier. So Buffalo, we're going to be in Buffalo. They are 30, 45, and 1. That's good for 11th in the East. And we are 2 and 1 against the Sabres this season. So let's go ahead and play this game. Alright, so we're going to have Jeff Hackett in net. They're going to have Dominic Hasek. Let's play this. Go Lightning, go. Alright, let's go ahead and play this. Alright, so icing to start the game here. Sorry, I was leaning back a little bit, so I don't know if my voice sounded further away or something. Alright, we had some chances there against the Dominator, but couldn't score. And it's a stop by Jeff Hackett. Come on, buddy. Skate a little. And it's a stop by the Dominator. So playing on the road here in Buffalo, as we can see their logo here at center ice. Uh-oh. Alright, good save by Hackett. Come on, guys. Oh, shot from a distance. Oh, it's a goal! And we are up 1-0. Danton Cole from Sean Chambers and Mikael Anderson. And the Lightning take a 1-0 lead here in the first period with 12:20 left to go. Oh, no. No, stop him. Somebody, do something. Alright, let's go little white squares. Uh-oh, Rob Ramage got into a fight against Petr Svoboda. Wow, okay. I don't remember Petr Svoboda fighting. I mean, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just don't remember it happening. Svoboda was... I remember him as not being a very big or physical guy. And it's a save. Come on, buddy. And it's another save. There you go. Oh. It was a save. Right, 6:30 left to go in the first period. Not a whole lot of action in the first here. Which, you know, that's different than usual. Usually there's like a whole bunch of penalties. Well, we don't have that right now. Alright. And another save. Oh, another save here by Jeffy. Oh, breakaway. No, couldn't score. Come on, play him tight. Oh, God. Jeffy get tripped or something. So Vladimir Tsiplikov scored from Don Biggs and Dave Tippett. And the game is tied at 1 here with 1:16 left to go in the first period. We made a blunder and we paid for it. Oh, they missed the net. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Come on, period end. Alright, we can go ahead and get a breather here. So we are tied at 1. After 1, they got 11 shots on goal. We got 10, so pretty even game so far. Not a lot of penalties. That's a welcome change. Oh, we almost got the puck and went and shot, but Ashek got it instead. Right, walking the line, waiting to not get an offside. Alright. Oh, that's an icing. Why did you do that? Oh, Hackett with the save. He holds on to the puck. Alright, and here we go. Come on, you're all by yourself. Couldn't score again. Ashek is too good. Yeah, whenever there's a discussion about, the best goaltenders in history and everything, people always seem to bring it back between Patrick Roy and Martin Brodeur. And too often I feel that Ashek is left out. Ashek was really, really, really good. The thing is that he doesn't have the Stanley Cup pedigree that the other two have, mostly because he played behind, not that great teams for a while. Alright, Adam Crennan took a penalty, so we need to kill that. 13:05 left to go here in the second period. The Sabres are going on the power play. We need a kill. This is a tight game. Oh, are you gonna make it? Yeah, he made it all the way to the goaltender and got a shot. He had 3 guys on him. Nice athleticism there, or physicality, or agility. I don't know. Alright, so power play's over. We are back 5-on-5. Hackett with a save there. Oh, Brian Bradley took a hooking penalty. We need to kill another penalty. There's 9:51 left to go in the second period. We are still tied at 1 here in Buffalo. Oh, shot wide. That could have been a short-handed goal. Alright, power play is now officially over. Alright. Still tied at 1. Kind of having problems generating offense in that period. We haven't been buzzing much in the Buffalo's end. That's another shot from a distance. That's not going to generate much of anything. Alright. 2:59 left to go here in the second period. Still tied at 1 in Buffalo. I'm not going to try to emulate Rick Jennerett's voice and how he calls the games. He was pretty emotional and everything. That's not exactly my style. Of course, I mean, if you're not familiar, Rick Jennerett was I think he retired. I'm not 100% sure. I know he had some health issues, but he was the broadcast guy for the Buffalo Sabres for many years, and he was very passionate. And I mean, he's the one that made the Mayday call when Brad May passed Ray Bourque to score on that one play. So Buffalo got 23 shots total. We got 20, so it looks like we're still in it, but we really have been shooting from a distance. We haven't really established much of a possession there. Alright, come on. Yeah, we're really not able to get any sustained attack there. Come on. Get in position. Oh, Ken Sutton took a penalty. We're finally going on the power play. Maybe we're going to be able to do something here. So we're going on the power play in the third period with 15:30 left to go, tied at 1. Alright, puck is out of play. Face off outside of the zone. Oh. Nope, they got the puck back. Are you gonna do something with it, or... Wow, what was that? He just like stayed there with the puck and was like, alright, somebody come and take it from me. I'm too tired, I don't want to do anything. Alright, trying to generate some offense. Another shot from a distance. And Buffalo gets the puck, and they are counter-attacking, and we are counter-attacking, and we're shooting from a distance again. And Buffalo is counter-attacking, and Adam Creighton, for some reason, is the only man back. Alright, come on, little squares. Alright, so 9:42 left to go here in the third. It's tied at 1. Oh, nice point shot there. Oh, and it's a goal from Sean Chambers, assisted by Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, I acquired Wayne Gretzky. I didn't tell you guys. Brent Gretzky. Alright, so there we go. We took the lead 2-1. 9:27 left to go in the third period. Can the Lightning hold on to that one-goal lead? Oh, I thought it was in. Come on, buddy. Oh. Got another shot from a distance. And again. Well, not really from a distance, that one. It was closer to the net for sure. Just not a whole lot of angle from there. You never know. Come on, buddy. Should be an icing. Nope, it was not. I guess maybe they passed the red line and I missed it. That's entirely possible. We are going. Oh, alright, he holds the puck. 4:36 left to go here in the third period. The Lightning is still up by 1 in Buffalo. Lightning would love to end the month with a victory here before the last stretch of the season. Now, playoffs are pretty much a pipe dream at that point, so the Lightning will try to play spoilers and to try to figure out who they are going to trade depending on their draft position. I've had a little discussion with the GM, and he's mentioned that he might be looking for forwards mostly into the next draft, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. My sources are telling me that he might go for forwards. Alright, we won 2-1. Not the most elegant of games, but we did win. So it's a 2-1 win here in Buffalo. So we outshot them 32-27. Sean Chambers was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Tsiplikov was the second star with a goal, and Danton Cole was the third star with a goal as well. So Danton Cole opened up the scoring in the first from Sean Chambers and Mikael Anderson. Then Buffalo tied the game, and there was a fight between Peter Svoboda and Rob Ramage. Then the tied game lasted until about the midway point of the third, where Sean Chambers scored the game winner from Brent Gretzky and Dana Merzen, and that was a 2-1 win. Awesome. Alright, so Jan Larson, Don McSween, and Bob J are all available. That's my scouting report here. Alright, and Kevin Lowe is ready to be put back in. I'm gonna do that before the next video. So, we have one more click here to put us on April 1st. Alright, so Greg Gilbert's suspension is over in Chicago. Oh, the GM job is in jeopardy in Anaheim. So Craig Buttons is already on the hot seat as the GM for the Mighty Ducks. They really have a crappy season, 1953-6. That's not very good. But it is an expansion team, so you know. Alright, and the players of the month were John Van Beesbrook and Brett Hull. Awesome. Alright, so we are 9th in the East, and we're 6 points back on the Bruins with, 7 games left to go. So it's probably not going to happen. I am not expecting for it to happen. If it happens, it's going to be really weird, but pretty awesome. I guess that game on April 9th in Boston could be very important for us. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see once we get there. Now, in the Western Conference, what does it look like? So Dallas is still atop here. Vancouver, Detroit, still a really good season. St. Louis, Calgary, Toronto, Winnipeg, and LA. So the Oilers have dropped out of playoff contention. They are 4 points back. And the Mighty Ducks are still the worst team in the league. So that didn't change. Let's take a look at our stats. It's going to look a little different because Bradley was hurt, so I don't know. And then he came back and didn't play all that great, so he's probably not on pace for a point per game anymore. Not that far off, 68 and 71. Then we have Sean Chambers, that's having a really good season, 56 and 70. Mikael Anderson, 52 and 65. Danton Cole, 50 and 77. Bill Guerin, 43. And, you know, from there it just goes down. So definitely a few good players. So Sean Chambers playing pretty well. I gave him more responsibilities. I've put him on the first wave of power play and everything, and he's responded well. I mean, 56 points is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. And then in the league, we have Oh, Brettel passed Ray Shepard as the best goal scorer. He has 68 goals. Ray Shepard has 62. Craig Janney is the best passer. He has 91 assists. But the best player is Mike Modano with 121 points. That's one more than Mario Lemieux and two more than Joe Sakic. Alright, so this is where we're at. We still have a very faint shot at playoffs, but I wouldn't, I wouldn't put money on that. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. So we're gonna be next video. It's gonna be April in the playoffs. I'm gonna do like I did in the first season. That means I'm not gonna have a 2D game since it's a shorter month and everything. So that's just not going to happen for that. If we make the playoffs, where I'm gonna see what I do about maybe a 2D game or something like that. But if we don't make the playoffs, it's gonna be same business as usual, except that this time I'm going to be simming after the playoffs all the way to the end of June, so that we can see the awards ceremony stuff that they have added and everything, which I didn't know was in there for the first season. So I'll go ahead and show that to you guys. But anyway, so I've been talking for a very long time. I hope you still enjoyed the video, and thank you for being here. And if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.